H2K Infosys provides world-class online IT training, staffing, and software testing solutions to customers worldwide. H2K Infosys supports 100% job-oriented training, hands-on project work, cloud test lab, resume preparation and review, mock interviews, robust syllabus. One-time pay, lifetime access to live classes and videos. H2K Infosys has won the trust of thousands of students worldwide. For free demo class, visit h2kinfosys.com.
Okay, any other questions, guys?
Yeah, I
If-
have a question. Next to the JRE system library, I see in my Eclipse JDK-22. So
That's fine.
that's fine.
You
Okay.
have later. Okay. Java is backward compatibility, so no problem. So even if you have the latest, that's fine. Keep it. Not a worry. Okay.
Yeah, because when I chose the other Java SE, I was seeing an error. That's why I was asking.
Maybe you have too many Java in your environments. Okay. You need to remove one which is not required. Okay. See, when you have too many versions, it may be confusing which one to take. By default, it takes the latest one. So that is how it is. Okay. Cool. Any questions so far, guys? Nice. Okay. Get into the next.
One more
Yeah.
question. So can you go back to the Eclipse? So that my byte, since it's a variable, that's why in the result we see the actual number, right? I mean, yeah.
Whenever you call variable, what happens is the value of the variable will be substituted there. So what is the value for my boolean? True. What is the value for my byte? 15. How does it know? We assign a value here, right?
Yeah.
That is how. Don't give this in double quotes. If in double quotes, it becomes a string. It not become a variable. Okay, remember that. Okay, so the next topic is operators in Java. So what is operators are? Fine, we know now how to store a value in our computer using variables and data types. But many of the times we need to do a lot of operations to create our application because each applications require different kind of operations. Okay, what is these operations? Mathematical, logical, okay, or any other operations whatever we do have are actually performed via operators. So these variables operators are common to every programming language, guys. Whatever we discussed is common to every programming language. Even you learn Python, these are all the basic things. Only thing is, depends on that particular language, you might see different data types and you might see the usage differently. Okay, but almost all same. Okay, so similarly, operators also same. Operators are one which we need to generate any intermediary values. For example, I have taken, let us say, 5 student marks. Now I want to print the result of total. How do? I need to add all of the 5 subject marks, right, to the total. So how to do that? Here we need to do addition. Addition means what? It's an operator. So every programming language requires this. Similarly, Java also has few operators to do unary operations, arithmetical operations, relational operations, logical operations, ternary it's an operator, and assignment operations. Okay, we will see what of them. Out of these, few we don't discuss, guys. See, shift, bitwise, okay, and whatever you see here in red, okay, these are also shift bitwise related. Okay, so these we don't discuss. Why it is? These we don't require for our Selenium purpose. Bitwise normally used for mathematical operations, so we don't use that here. So except whatever be in red here, we don't discuss. All rest, yes, we will discuss. Okay, fine. Let's see. First one is a unary. Unary I'll explain at the end. First one, let us take this as arithmetic operator because unary is a confusing one. So let me not explain for initially itself. Okay, but the first one I take is arithmetic operators. So arithmetic operators are a normal mathematical operations what we do, like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and finding the remainder of the division, like that. Okay, so if you see, there are 5 operators in arithmetic operators. What it is addition, plus multiplicative first. Reason being why multiplication first, why not plus minus is actually based on the weightage. Actually multiplication has the, you know, the many people know this rule, right? BODMAS, right?
Yep.
Badmas rule.
Yes.
So in that case, what happens? First multiplication, division, remainder comes, and then addition, subtraction comes. So that is why normally multiplicative first and then additive first. So here if you see, these are the normal operators. So first let us see arithmetic operators. Now remember, these arithmetic operators, whenever it has to be performed, they need to have 2 operands. What is an operand? Operand is nothing but on which variables you are performing this operation, and this requires minimum 2 variables to perform. So with, if I have only one variable, can I do this operation? No, right? I need at least 2, or I can multiply only that variable to itself, right? So that is why these requires 2 operands or 2 variables to perform a value. Okay, let's see its operations. So I create one more called operators. So each topic I do that, guys, because it is easy for you to navigate whenever you want to go to any that particular topic and see if you want to see that particular program. Okay, that is the only intention here. So here, class operators demo. Okay, the first one what we are going to see is arithmetic operators, and it is the common operators what we use everywhere. Okay, so every program requires these, and every language also requires this. Okay, first one is addition, subtraction, multiplication, all this, right? First let us see the addition. So for that I need at least 2 variables to perform. For example, I do int a equal to 5, next int b equal to 10, next int result equal to 0 initially assigned. Okay, even I don't assign to 0, no problem, because my result will be calculated based on my operator. So if you see here, 5 into 10, for 5 plus 10 I want to do simple result equal to a plus b, isn't it? Now plus is an operator which is a addition. So here sum of these two numbers will be added to a variable called result. What is this? Why we are given this? This is called an expression. So what happens here is, here if you see there are 2 operators. One is a plus is an operator which we add values of a and b, and it is assigned to a variable which is left side called result. Reason being, here is one more operator called assignment operator. What this assignment operator does is, the result of this expression will be assigned to this variable left side. So a plus b value is 10 plus 5, 15, 15 will be assigned to result. Now if I print this guys, so a plus b equal to, I used result, that's it. Now if you see, it performed the addition. See, a plus b equal to, I put in string, so this will print as is, and this is my result variable which is actually having a plus b. So 10 5 plus 10, 15, simple. Okay, similarly I want to take one more. Yeah, I could use the same result variable if I want, or I could create one more also, but I will use, because I'm not going to use this result variable of 15 later. Okay, so I will say now a minus b. Now tell me what would be the result value. What is the result value now? -5. You may ask me one thing. Okay, result here is 15. How come we assign again -5 there? Remember, a variable can change its value anytime. No problem. It's not a constant. You can change its value anytime. So that is the how variables are designed. So variables can change its value anytime. If it is only constant, it won't change value. Okay, but if it is a variable, it will change a value. So earlier at this statement result was 15, but after this statement result becomes -5. So now you will see result will print -5. Okay, so simple. Similarly, let's do the multiplication.
Can we do the float also here?
Yes, we can. I taken a data type as int. If you want to take data type as float for this, yes, you can. But remember, why I taken result also int? Normally, whenever you do integer operators, you will get only integer values, correct?
Okay.
That is the reason I have taken here. But float also is there when we do division, right? When we do division, normally we may see float value also. Now, for example, a into b. Okay, a into b. So normally observe this, guys. This is a coding practice. What I do, you no need to separate with spaces. We can do like this also. It is same. Okay, you can do like this, but for the better readability, we normally do spaces. Okay, for better readability, we normally do spaces. It's not mandatory that space is required after every variable and operator. Okay, I'm just telling you. Okay, now similarly a into b. Okay, now I have additional space here which we don't require. Okay, that's it. Now you see 10 into 5, 50. Okay, simple. So this is how we can use these operators. So now wherever you have 5 subject student marks to be added, simple, use plus. Okay, now you may ask me one thing. Plus I used only 2, right? Can I use it for another 2 like this, directly value 2? Yes, you can do, no problem. In this case, what happens is a plus b will be calculated first, and the total result will be added with 2 again. So a plus b, 15 plus 2, 17. So 17 will be your result. So now you may ask me, okay, it's not a variable, right? Can I use like this value directly? Yes, no issue. Okay, even you don't have a variable, you directly assign value also, it will take. Okay, if it is a variable, that variable value be taken. If you give directly a value, value will be taken. Now you may ask me, okay, in place of a plus b plus 2, shall I give 5 plus 10 plus 2? Yeah, no problem. No problem. Either way, fine. Okay, so that is also accepted. Remember that. So now,
then what is the purpose of assigning the value?
What is the purpose of assignment a variable is, see, now for example, a plus b 5, 10 I given. Now there is a new calculation which I want to change a to 50, b to 100. I just need to change here only.
That way it will be easy.
Yeah, if I need to change here every time, I need to change for all these as well, right? That is the reason we take variables. Okay, simple. So if we take like this, what happened? Wherever 5 is there, I need to change it to 50, correct? And it's not a good practice. Okay, so that is why it is. So we can use that.
Can we do directly like integer results a plus b and directly type?
Yes, no problem.
So what is the best practice?
Best practice is like this only. Normally we declare variables first and then we do the calculations later. Okay, clear? So this is arithmetic. Now let's come to the two more operators left. What it is? Division and remainder. Okay, so how division works? This is interesting. Observe this carefully. So for example, and wherever division is there, it is a possibility of a float value, correct? Yes or no? For example, see this 5 divided by 10, what would be the value? 5 divided by 10, what would be the value?
0.5.
0.5.
Plus or minus? Plus only, right? So now
Okay.
0.5. Now, can I use that result to store in this variable? No.
If you use float, right?
Yeah, because it is integer, it can store only integer values. So I cannot use that now. For example, and Java allows you to declare variables wherever you want, guys. It's not mandatory that all variables should be at start, but as a good practice, you do that. Okay, as a good coding practice, we do that. But normally, Java allows you to create wherever you want. For example, I call this as res. RES equal to A divided by B. Now A divided by B. Sorry, this is multiplication, right? Yeah. If you see here, A divided by B. Now it is a float value, so let me do. You will see.
Plus, I think plus res, not
Huh?
result. It should be the print
Yeah,
statement.
yeah. RES, correct. You're correct. See, 0.0. Why it is? A is 5, B is 10. Ideally, it should be 0.5, right? But why it is showing me 0.0? Okay, so there is a rule here. Actually, what it is whenever both of your integers, both of your variables are true, sorry, integers, whenever both of your variables are integers, it normally does the integer operation only. So if in case of integer operation, what is the value for this is 0. Okay, so that is the reason. Now, how to do that is just add in parenthesis float. Don't worry about this. We will discuss in detail because this we will see as a separate chapter called conversion. Now you see, you got the value or not? 0.5. What is the difference? Why it was not earlier? Now why? Reason being, both A, B are integers. Normally, whenever you provided two integers to your division operator, that gives you only integer part. It will ignore the decimal part. Because of that, okay, if it is 5 by 10, it is 0. Okay, 5 by 10, it is 0. If it is a proper value, for example, see this 10, 5. I don't require this now because it is 2, 2.0 only it will display. Only 2. Okay, for example, 3, you will see 3.0. But why not? It must be 3.333 something, right? But it is 3 only, 3.0 only, same thing. Because it is integer and integer, both, the result always comes as integer only. But you may ask me, why it is showing then .0? Because your data type of the result is float. Even it gets you integer, it will convert it into float because it is getting you integer only. The float value, nothing is there, so it is adding .0. Now, if you add that guy, now you will see this is the value. So remember, whenever you are applying division on both integers, you must convert into float to get the actual value. Okay, this is called typecasting. So we will get it as a separate topic. That time we will discuss in detail. Okay, so this is how it is. Simple. Now you see your result is also float data type. Now you got the float expected. So that way it is proper value now. Okay, so this is about the division. Don't worry for now about this, guys. We will discuss in detail in the next chapters. Okay, and what we have next one is reminder. So what is this reminder operator? How does it work is whenever you divide any value with another value, the remainder from that division is called reminder. For example, 3, how many times it goes in 10? 3 times. What is the remainder? 1,
1.
right? So that is what this operator is. So because remainder always get in integer values, I shall use same result variable what we had, a percentage b. That's it. So it will be 1. Sorry. Agree? It will be 1. So a value is 10, b value is 3. So 10 by 3 goes 3 times and remainder is 1. So it is 1. If I do 4 for b, what would be the value? Any guess? 2. 4 goes 2 times. What is the remainder? 8.
Yeah.
Remainder is 2. So now you see 2. That's it. So remainder always in integer. So we can take the same result whatever we had. So these are called arithmetic operators. Simple. So any arithmetic operators you want to use, you could use these operators. So now here, this is called operator and these two are called operands. Operands means the variables are value which will be performed. Operation is called operand. So what operation it is doing? Addition. Here, subtraction, multiplication, division, and finally remainder. That's it. These 5 are the arithmetic operators which we use. Now you may ask me one thing, can I use combinations of these two into single? No problem. Any number of variables you use, any number of operators you use in a single variable. For example, I want to write it something like this: result equal to a plus b plus 5 minus 1 plus b plus a, or even minus a. No problem, you can do that. In this case what happens is, remember here there is a called there here it is called associativity. Associativity means if you have an expression something like this, first a plus b will be calculated, the total result will be added with 5, and the total result of these will be deducted with -1 or subtracted with -1, and the total result of this will be added with b, and the total result of this will be subtracted with a. So that is how it will be. So you could use literally any number of operators combined in your expression. C12 is the value from this expression what it is generated. Okay, so this is how it is. Now you may ask me one thing, can I multiply this with by 1? No problem. Multiply with 1, fetch the same value also. See, 13 now. Simple. So you could combine any of these, but whenever you are combining, remember what is the data type it is throwing. If I use division, it may not be integer data type for result, correct? Because division always fetches possibility of float data type. Agree? In that case, you cannot use this. Okay, so be careful while using. That's it. So this way we could use. These are the arithmetic operators. Fine. Next one we will go. Next one is the relational. Relational means normally what happens is you can compare your values also. Many of the times we need to compare. For example, I want to see whether whose marks, student 1 marks higher or student 2 marks higher. How do I know? If I compare the total marks of each student, I would know whether who is higher out of these two, right? So these type of comparison operators are there with relational operators. What the operator type is called relational. What comparison does is normally greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, and equality operators, equal to and not equal to. Okay, so let's see that. So now is relational operators. Okay, now what these are, relational operators are less than, greater than. For example, see this here. Already we had EAB there, right? Here I use X and Y. For example, 35 15, let's say. Okay, int. Now I want to check whether x greater than or equal to or not, y or not. And remember, all these relational operators gives us true or false only because they are comparable operators. They don't generate any new value. They always returns us true or false, which is a boolean data type only. Okay, so remember this here. For example, so I directly use. Now I want to say x greater than y. Okay, x greater than y. That means whether x value is greater than y value. As I said, these operators always gives us a boolean value because it is only comparison purpose, not to modify your existing variables or change your values. So that way x greater than boolean or result equal to x greater than y. Now r is the value. Now tell me whether x greater than y in this case. No.
No.
So what would be the result? False.
False.
Right? You could see it display false. Okay, similarly, let me change it to the next one. R equal to y greater than x. Can you guess now?
True.
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 Y greater than x? True, right?
Mhm.
Now you could see this is true. Okay, so similarly, we can check R equal to x greater than or x less than y. X less than y, true or false? True, right? Y value is 35, x value is 15, so x is less than y only,
True.
isn't it?
True.
This is
Yeah.
true. So this way it is true. See, true. So these relational operators gives us only true or false. Why? Because they are comparable operators. They don't modify any of your existing values. Okay, remember that. So this is greater than, less than we commonly use. One more thing is greater than or less, equal to, less than or equal to. So x greater than or equal to y. And remember, whenever you are using greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, where two symbols are required, you must be using them together. You cannot give space like this, not allowed. Okay, you must be using them together like this only. Okay, now tell me. So what this looks for is either greater than or equal to, both accepted. See now, if I do x greater than or equal to y, it is not greater than, not equal to y. So it will return
False.
false. Now the same thing. What happens if I have to do this? Now
False.
false. Now tell me.
Error maybe.
True. I use
True.
same x equal to x, right? Not less than, but equal to x, isn't it?
But it's not less than, it seems.
No, it's not less than. So what does that mean is less than or equal to, not less than, but equal to, right?
Either. Okay. Okay.
Either one. So that is the
Oh,
reason here you see now it is true. See, self is always true only, right?
I see.
You're
I see.
comparing with itself, right?
Right. Right. Yeah.
Okay, because it is not less than, but it is equal to, correct? That way. Okay, so less than, greater than, not equal to, that is. Now last two are equal operators. What are they is, for example, see this here, r equal to x equal to y. Remember here, don't use this equal to. This equal to is a assignment operator. What is comparison equal to is two equals together. Two equals together. So this is called equality operator. Now tell me whether x equal to y. For easy purpose, I write equals to y.
False.
X equals y here, false. It is not. But there is one more. What it is? Not equal to. How to write not equal to is use exclamation in first not. In first equal to. That's it. Use exclamation in first equal to. So here I say this is equals. Okay. And this is not equals. Okay. That's it. Now tell me what will happen here.
Not equal
True.
true. Yeah.
True.
This will be true. They are not equal. Correct. This will be true, right? And this will
Yes.
be false. That's it. Now, last one. If I do this, true or false?
True. True.
True.
This will be true because you are comparing itself. Correct?
Yes.
Always true. So that's it. These are the operators which you use for comparison purpose, and always return true or false only, because they don't modify value, they just compare. Now you tell me, if I want to compare two students total marks, can't I use this? Yes, we
Yes.
can.
Yes.
Simple. So these are all the relational operators. Okay, so next tomorrow's session we will see logical ternary assignment, and we also go with the operator precedence. Yeah, that's it for today, folks. Thank you. Any questions?
Yeah. Srinivas, we did not get the